What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and today we're building a stable. Let's get started. What's up everybody, how's it going? As you can see, we are back at our old base again. Not because we're going to be building anything over here, but because I need something from over here. I need a couple of horses. I only had a single horse. He's the one that's wearing some diamond armor. So between episodes, I just ran around out in the fields over here and found myself a second horse and managed to tame him. As I was leading that, oh look, there's another one. As I was leading that horse back, I passed a third horse and figured, why not? So I tamed two more horses, brought them back to my base, and used some golden carrots to breed them. Gold carrots are how you breed horses, which is kind of expensive as far as breeding resources go, but it's not too terrible. So now I've got 4 horses and we can continue breeding those. And the reason I need more horses is because I want to build a new stable over at our new base, somewhere to keep some horses and donkeys and other like bigger animals like this. And there's no horses at my new base because I'm up in the mountains. And so I figured it'd be easiest to breed up some horses over here where I have some, and then just transport them through the nether like I did the pigs and chickens and stuff like that. So let me get a lead. Whoa now, oh now. I think what I'm going to do is I'll take one of these guys. Whoops. I'll take one of these guys and pull him out like this. And then I will ride the second one. And that way I can get 2 horses. What? Where are you? Oh, come. Really? Really? So, like I was saying, I will ride one of these guys and I will drag the other one along with a lead. And that way I can get 2 horses in one trip. Now, before I do this, the other one I just realized is he's carrying a saddle. I'm going to take that saddle off and put it on one of these other horses. I don't remember how many saddles I have. Oh, he's not tame. He must be the one that I bred. So I did not realize that bred horses are not tamed. That's good to know. And my horses are getting away. Anyways, I want to leave one saddle here and just take one saddle with me. And that way it will... I'll always have a horse that is rideable at both bases. So getting these guys over to my new base should not be too much work. The one that I'm riding isn't going to go through the portal while I'm riding him, but the other one, he just went ahead and popped through as soon as I got him close. So this guy, I'll just get him in the portal, hop off, and he is now in the nether. Now on the nether side, we'll just drag these guys over here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's a problem. So this roof is too low to ride a horse through. So let me get this first horse. That's not the hallway that I want to go down. Let me get the first horse down here. Come on, horsey. Come on, horsey. I might need to make a slightly bigger gap here. Maybe that's why he's not coming down. After all these nether tunnels, they were made... Whoops. Oh, I am so sorry. Oh, I am so sorry, horsey. Please forgive me. I just whacked him with my netherite pickaxe. Come on, horsey. Oh, you know what? I've got golden carrots. You'll follow the golden carrot, right? He is still not wanting to come with me. I'm wondering if it's still too small of a gap. And in today's episode, Newbie Dave is going to show you that he has no idea how to get horses to follow him. Okay, that was the strangest thing. Nothing I tried would get these horses to follow me down those stairs. So I just had to use the saddle to actually ride them down into my little tunnel down here. Maybe, I'm hoping I can just lasso the boat. And then if I drag the boat and the horses get in the boat, maybe that will be the fastest way to transport them. Of course, that all depends on the horses actually getting in the boat. Okay, I am embarrassed at how long that took to get these stupid horses through the nether. I don't know what's going on with them, but they didn't want to come down the stairs. They didn't want to get in the boat. Okay, now one of them already went through. So I've got him on the other side. Let me get him tied up somewhere over here so that he doesn't wander off. And I'm going to sleep, so I'm not trying to do this at night and get aggroed by like creepers or something while I'm trying to get these horses through. All right, and then come back for horse number 2. This is a whole lot easier to do with the saddle because you just ride them right into the portal and get off and they go through. Okay, yes, all right. Finally, we got our 2 horses to our new base. 2 is all we need because now we can just use some golden carrots to breed up however many other horses that we want, which might be a fun little weekend update project sometime. But for now, on to today's project. Like I said, I want to build a stable or stables. I don't know if stable is the singular or if it's just always stables. Anyways, that's what we're going to be building today. And I want to do this over in this little corner of my base. So we've got our little slaughterhouse slash smokehouse area over there with our more recently added pumpkin patches around it. We've got our blacksmith forge on that side. So this is just over to the right of that, facing to the south. That's where I want to put the stables. And you may be asking yourself, why would you have stables inside of this giant ring of mountains? Like, where would you ever go on the horses? Well, the reason I have chosen this spot is because at some point soon, I would actually like to dig a tunnel that goes through these mountains to the south and comes out the other side, because on the other side of these mountains is a really nice area that might be fun to expand this base into. And I think it'd be nice to have a little road to get back and forth that you can ride a horse to get around and not have to fly or walk. So that's... hello. You, sir, are not welcome here. Oh, gunpowder. That actually might be useful. I'm going to buy some gunpowder. For the most part, I've just been getting my gunpowder for my rockets from hunting creepers. Every now and then... Whoa, that was kind of creepy. Every now and then I'll go out at night and just run around hunting creepers for a night or two. And I can usually get a stack or 2 of gunpowder. It's a little bit time consuming, but since I haven't built any sort of gunpowder farm yet, it's kind of my only option. So 8 gunpowder is not a whole lot, but it all adds up over time. So, like I was saying, that's why I want to build my stables over in this corner, because that will be close to the tunnel that I eventually plan on building over here to get back and forth to the outside world. So, let me clear a little bit of this area. Right here is already kind of a good flat spot. I'm going to go down 1 row with it and just kind of open it up a little bit more. Alright, so I kind of cleared off this area a little bit, dug out into the hill just a little bit, removed the trees, and I've kind of started marking where I want some of the parts of this build to go. And as you can see, it takes up quite a bit of space over here. It's not a huge build. I don't mean to say that it's a big build, but this is not a big area to work in. So it really fills up this space pretty well. And I don't want it to come right up to the edge of the hill right here. So what I need to do is I'm actually going to kind of extend the hill just a little bit on this side. And what I'm going to try to do is sort of follow the natural curve of what's already here, but just raise it all up to the same level. So yeah, something kind of like this. So we've got a bit of a wall now, but up here, this whole area has been extended quite a bit. So I'm going to have the stables over on this side, and then this is going to be sort of a fenced-in area where we can let the horses out to kind of graze and roam around a little bit. Now, this wall, it looks kind of weird to just have a giant grass or dirt wall. Oh, hello, fishy. To just have a big dirt wall like that there. So I think what I want to do is I've got some stone bricks. I'm going to turn some of this into some mossy stone bricks, and then I've got a couple of cracked stone bricks cooking up as well. I think I'm probably going to need more than this. So I'll just go ahead and craft up some more. I think I'm going to replace this entire outside edge with these stone bricks and mossy stone bricks and everything to turn into more of a brick wall, kind of like a retaining wall, something that looks intentionally built to sort of keep this hill from eroding over time. And everything on the inside will be filled in with dirt and grass, but the actual wall itself is going to be built entirely out of these stone bricks. So let me get the outside layer of this filled in really fast. There we go. Now that we've got the whole wall put in, I can come back and replace some of these with the mossy stone bricks, and every here and there I'll probably do like a cracked stone brick as well. I like to add the variety after I get the whole thing up, so just put it all in with the same block, just to kind of get it over with a lot faster, and then you can come back in and mix up the blocks with some variety afterwards. I find that's a lot easier, a lot quicker to get it done. Yeah, that looks good. That looks a lot better. Now it looks intentional rather than just this oddly shaped grass hill that was being held up by something, I don't know. Now this blue wool, I can go ahead and pull this up now. This isn't exactly where I want anything to go. This was more just to help me measure from this side how far out I needed to go. So to finish off this wall, I'm going to go ahead and put some spruce fences all around the outside like this. And this is just going to help define the enclosure of these stables, these animal pens. I'm going to come over, I guess I'll stop right here. I think at this point I'm going to tear up these stone bricks. I'm actually going to put in some spruce planks and spruce slabs. It's going to be like the stairs to get up. So maybe we'll just do 2 planks and 2 slabs like that. Yeah, I like that. So now we can come work on the actual structure itself. And let's see, how far in do I want to build this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'll go 6. I think I actually will end up putting these. No, because I had the blue wool a little further out than that. So let me go in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So along this row. So to start with, I'm going to put down a barrel right there. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Another barrel right there, not there. So I want a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and I want these barrels to be facing upwards. Barrels, it's nice that you can place them in different orientations, but for this build, I specifically want them to be pointing upwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, barrel there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll put a barrel, get rid of this birch tree in our way, and we'll put a barrel right there. So I think, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and tear up this birch tree because it is in the way. We may end up replanting it or another tree nearby or something. I mentioned this when I built my little smokehouse over there. Sometimes I'll end up clearing a lot more area, a lot more trees and dirt and everything than I need for a build, just so I have room to work, and then I'll come back afterwards and plant some more trees, plant some flowers, kind of fill in a lot of the greenery that I had to remove. Okay, so on top of each of these barrels, we're going to put a, what is this, cobblestone? Yes, cobblestone wall right there, and right there. You'll need to crouch when placing these, otherwise you'll just open the barrel. Now, on top of these cobblestone walls, I'm going to go with oak. I thought about doing spruce for this. I need to incorporate spruce into every build just because that's kind of what's tying all of my builds together. You can see my little dome nether portal structure over there is deep slate. My smokehouse over there has a lot of cobblestone in it. My forge over there has some granite and some stone bricks and everything. But the one thing that's tying every single build together is the spruce. So that's why I went with spruce for the fences. I'm also going to use some spruce for the roof, but I don't want this whole thing to be spruce. I think I want to go with some oak for some of this. So on top of these cobblestone walls, I'm going to do 3 pieces of oak fence like this. There we go. And then I'm also going to do some oak fences in between each of these barrels. So I'll do some there. Right here, I'm just going to do 2 and leave a little opening there. And then we'll do some fences over on this side as well. In that little opening, we're going to put some fence gates like this. So this will be the one entrance to this opening, to this area, rather than having fence gates on every little section. So yeah, by using oak instead of spruce there, I think it just makes that part of the build kind of pop out a little bit more and say this is different than the fence that is surrounding it. Now, before we work on the roof, let me work on the back wall here, because I don't just want the back wall to be dirt and snow. I want to do something deliberate with it. So I'm going to dig out this bottom row of dirt and snow all the way across. And I'm going to get some oak logs. And in the corner here, I'm going to go up, I guess 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I was thinking this needed to be one lower than the front, but I actually want it to be one block higher than the front. And then directly across from each of these barrels, we're going to do another column of oak logs going up the same height. So we should have something that looks kind of like this. I just had to cut down this spruce tree, so these leaves should gradually decay. And then across the bottom, we're going to do some more oak logs going horizontally like this. And then above that, I'm going to go ahead and dig out the rest of this snow and dirt. And we're going to fill this in with oak planks, but not all the way up to the top. I'm just going to do 2 rows. I'm going to leave the top of it kind of open. Because this is a stable. Stables need to be open. They shouldn't be enclosed. You're not trying to... It's not a barn. You don't want your animals in the stables to be completely cut off from the environment. I just wanted to put in a deliberate back wall there. Now this side wall we also need to do something with because we don't want our horses to get out this way. So I think we're just going to replace the snow with dirt and add in a second layer of dirt right above it like this. And that should keep them in. Now mind you, this is not going to keep things out. So wolves and I don't know, zombies, other things could spawn up here and drop down into the stables. That's kind of okay. I don't think horses in this game have any natural predators. I don't think anything would like kill them. So I'm not too concerned with trying to keep things out. Okay, now we can get up here and take care of the roof. So for the roof, I'm going to do this entire roof out of spruce slabs. So I'm going to do a spruce slab directly on top of each of these fence posts. Then I need to do a temporary block here because I want to do upper slabs in between the fence posts. So I'll connect it like that and like that. So we'll do the same thing over here. We'll do slab there, temporary block, and then top slabs. The temporary block is just so we have somewhere to place the top slab. If we did a bottom slab here and then top slab on top of it, they would join together to make a double slab and then you wouldn't be able to break it. So yeah, bottom slabs directly above the fences and then top slabs in between all of them. I think that looks really, really cool. And now that I look at this, that's super tall. That is way taller than I meant it to be. I'm going to shorten this whole thing by 1 row. That means that back wall is probably also going to need to get shortened, but I'll just deal with that once we get back there. So let me reproduce the same thing that I had going on here with the top slabs and the bottom slabs and everything. There, how does that look? That is so much better. Wow. Yeah, that was super duper tall the first time around. So that looks a whole lot better. So now behind this thing, we're going to do another row at the same height as the top slabs all the way across. And then behind that, we're going to go up 1 row. So I'm going to do a top slab there and then put a bottom slab on top of it. Now we can break that top slab that was on the bottom. And we'll do a whole row going across at this new height. However, I want to do something a little bit different just to keep this whole roof from looking very flat and strange. Every so often, I'm going to replace one of these top slabs with a bottom slab. So I think I'm going to do it kind of on the edges of where this bottom slab is. So here's the column of wall and fences with the bottom slab on top of it. So I think I'm going to go to either side of that and we'll do bottom slabs like that, and I'll do this around each column. And then behind that we'll do another row at the same height like this, and this one's going to be the same height all the way across. We're not going to vary it at any point. So if we kind of take a step back a little bit, and we'll see how this looks from the front. I guess from the front you can't really see it because it's the roof. But if we look at it from above, then it's just adding a little bit of variety to the elevation changes of the roof. In fact, I think I might even, maybe I'll do the in the middle as well, because that was looking a little, yeah, I like that. I like that. It was too, I don't know, too sawtooth or something. Like it was too much over and over change. Yeah, that's a little bit smoother. I like that. Okay, and then we're going to go back again, another row at the same height. And then I think we need to go up 1 more. So let's do 1 more row above that. And then for this back row, I'm going to do a row of top slabs in between all of these pillars, all these columns of oak. Yeah, that works. I think that works. Yeah. Now, coming back inside the stables, I want to do something else with the inside roof of this thing. So I want to do some more fences. I think I'm going to do, for each of these columns, for each of these pillars, going from front to back, I want to do some fences, but I'm going to alternate some fences and fence gates. So let's start with a fence gate there. And then, oh, you know what? I do need that one to be a top slab, or a bottom slab above that. Let me get back up on top. I'll explain why. Because I want there to be a fence right here, and that needs to go through the slab that was there. So I do need to switch these back to being bottom slabs above that row. I thought there was a reason when I had originally put this design together and prototyped it. I thought there was a reason I'd done it that way. I just couldn't remember. So yeah, we'll do fence gate, fence, and then fence going up. And then we'll do, I want a fence on the back for sure. And then we'll do a fence there and a fence gate in between. So throwing in the fence gates just kind of alternates so you don't have fence, 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 fence all the way across like this. So we'll do the same thing here. We'll do fence gate, fence, fence above that, fence, fence gate, and then fence. And so this is to add, they're kind of like support beams going across, but it's not a huge structure. It's not a heavy structure. So these can be sort of lightweight support beams, I guess. And yeah, there we go. Nice. And also, now that we have these fences hung up in here, this gives us somewhere to hang some lighting. So let me go get a couple lanterns, and we can hang these lanterns from these fences. And that way they're like attached to something and not just floating or attached to the slabs, the inside of the roof. There we go. So that is more or less it for the structure of this thing. I think we're almost ready to move our horses in. There's just one more thing I want to do. You can see there's still a lot of snow in here. I don't want there to be any snow in here. So I'm going to dig up all the snow. I forget what these things are called, like the top snow. We'll just get rid of all of this. And then these actual snow blocks in the ground, I'm also going to dig those up and replace those with dirt. But then I think I also want to... I don't want there to be any grass either, because again, this is a stable. For all of my animal related builds that I've done in the past, I try to make them look rough and rugged and used, and there's not going to be any dirt inside of, or any grass inside of a stable. It's going to get trampled. There's not direct sunlight. So I want all of this to either be dirt or coarse dirt. In fact, yeah, I want to use a lot of coarse dirt so it doesn't end up filling back in with grass over time. So let me go get some coarse dirt. And pretty much everything along this front edge needs to be coarse dirt. I'm probably not going to leave any grass on the other side either. But by making this coarse dirt, then we have a clear barricade between the dirt and the coarse dirt. So we could throw in some regular dirt on this side, and we shouldn't ever have to worry about it being being turned into grass over time. I think last thing, I will turn some of these into path blocks, again just to make it look kind of worn. Okay, and with that, I think we can finally move our horses in. So we'll take you with the saddle first. We'll bring you over here. We'll move you into the stables. Just for the time being, I'm going to tie you up so you don't escape. We're going to take your saddle over to get the other one, because it's just so much easier to ride them with a saddle than trying to lead them with a lead. Okay, I'm just going to leave the saddle on him. There's no reason to take it off. But there are our horses, and I've got some golden carrots. That's a big stable for 2 horses. So I'm going to go ahead and start breeding them. I think I put my golden carrots away. Yeah, so golden carrots, we'll breed these 2 horses up. We'll get a new little baby foal in here. Oh, he's so cute. And I'll probably end up getting a few more, but I don't want too many, because if we are going to breed up some horses, there's a nice little trick you can use to get like some really, really fast horses, which I would prefer to do that first and not get a ton of horses that I then don't need, because, you know, I'll kill pigs and cows and other animals that I don't need. I really hate killing horses in this game. So I'm just going to start with 1 or maybe 2 extra horses. I'm also going to come in here. We'll put a barrel in the back somewhere for decoration. Maybe just right there. And we'll also throw in some hay. Hay is really good to use in these sorts of build, because it's a stables. It's a barn. Maybe we'll even put some in the ground like this. Hay looks really good as sort of a ground texture. And then I think last thing I want to do out here is I want all of this area to be these path blocks like this. And that's just so it looks a little bit more like part of the stables. Like this is where sometimes we'll let the horses out to just get some sunlight, get some air. This is sort of the pasture where they can graze. I guess not graze because there's no grass. We're removing all of that. But then I'm also going to replace some of this with coarse dirt just so it's not all the same. You know, a huge area that's just path blocks looks a little bit weird. So this barrel, this would be a good place to keep some leads in our saddle and maybe some more golden apples for breeding. So I'm going to throw that stuff in there. And with that, I think we might be done. This is a pretty handsome looking stable if I do say so. It would be nice to put like some fences and fence gates across the opening here. That way we can let the horses out and let them kind of graze this front area. But for now I'm going to leave it open just because I think it looks a little bit better and it makes it a whole lot easier to get into. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. Something I like about this build, it is very simple. Stables are very simple builds. You don't have to worry about a whole lot of detail for the walls and the roof. They're supposed to be nice and open. Holy smokes, he could maybe get out. I might need to, yeah, I think, I need to do something with this back wall before I call this quits. Because I just realized with the hay there, maybe I just remove the hay. We don't need hay 2 blocks tall. I just realized he could probably get out that back. Yeah, like I'm not going to put any hay against this wall because then the horses would definitely be able to get out that way. So just something to keep in mind as you're placing decorations in these sort of open builds is you don't want to accidentally create a path out if you're trying to keep things in. So that is going to wrap things up for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this build. I'm really enjoying the sort of rustic feel of this new base. Just some old-fashioned, simple builds like our stables and our smokehouse over there. This area is really starting to look good, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. Like I said, I wanted the stables over here because I do want to eventually put a tunnel maybe right behind me there that leads through the mountains to the outside. So I've got a lot more plans in mind for this area. Big shout out to my newest patron, Grandma Liz. Thank you so much for your support. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit that like button, and while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all, and have a great day.